So Jesus is being crucified, and there are two guys being crucified next to him. They're criminals. They're justly being crucified for something they've done wrong. And the rulers and the soldiers, they're out there in front of Jesus watching him be crucified, and they're mocking him, and they're yelling at him. And so one of the criminals being crucified next to Jesus decides that he's going to join in. Here's what it says in Luke chapter 23, verse 39. It says, one of the criminals who were hanged there was hurling abuse at him, saying, "Are you not the Christ? Save yourself and us." So this guy, in the last moments of his life, he decides one of his last things he does in life is going to be to yell at and insult the guy hanging on the cross next to him who has claimed to be God's son. He's going to join in with this crowd on picking on someone else. This guy he doesn't seem to have any remorse for what he's done. He seems like he just wants to get out of his punishment. But the other criminal, there's another criminal, and he responds much differently. Well, let's look at what the other criminal says in verses 40 through 42. It says, "But the other responded and rebuking him said, 'Do you not even fear God, since you are under the same sentence of condemnation? And we indeed are suffering justly, for we are receiving what we deserve for our crimes. But this man has done nothing wrong.' And he was saying, 'Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom.'" Man, he looked at Jesus and he said, "Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom." So the first thing about this guy's response to Jesus being crucified next to him is he admits that he's getting what he deserves. This second criminal, he says, "Hey, I deserve my punishment because I'm a sinner and I've sinned and I'm getting what I deserve." The other thing is he believes that Jesus is who he says he is. And he asks Jesus for mercy. And here Jesus says something here that I think that blows the minds of so many people when they think about religion. It blows people's thoughts of religion right out of the water. Jesus says to this man, this criminal next to him, he said to him, this is Luke 23, verse 43, and this is our quote for the day from Jesus. He said, "Truly I say to you, today you shall be with me in paradise." Truly I say to you, today you shall be with me in paradise. Wait. This guy, he didn't have any time to clean up his life. He's a criminal. He's being capital punished on the cross for something horrible that he did. He didn't have time to clean up his life. He couldn't even get baptized. He couldn't memorize Bible verses or tithe. He couldn't do any of these things. He couldn't attend church. But Jesus says he's going to see him that day in paradise. And all he has left to do in his life is finish dying on that cross. See, I think we can see a spot in Ephesians here, in Ephesians chapter 2, that really explains what happened here. It says this in Ephesians chapter 2, verse 8. "For by grace you have been saved through faith. It is not of yourselves. It is the gift of God, not a result of works, so that no one can boast." See, this guy can't boast. He realized that his only hope he had left was mercy. He had nothing else to give but a plea for mercy to Jesus. And he showed amazing faith. He looked to the man next to him being killed on a cross just like him and said, "Hey, will you remember me when you come into your kingdom?" Here's the thing about this guy. He believed Jesus was who he says he was in spite of the circumstances around us. He showed great faith. See, he went with Jesus to be in paradise, not because of his works, but because of his faith in Jesus. So hey, maybe you feel like God doesn't want anything to do with you anymore. Maybe you feel like you don't measure up and you've done too much. Here's the thing. Just like this man on the cross, if you look to Jesus and you ask him for mercy and you believe he is who he says he is, he will forgive you. He was doing the work right there next to that guy to cover and forgive his sin. And that guy today is with him in paradise. So I'll tell you what, these words, I hope they give you great hope today. Today, you will be with me in paradise.